Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. We're also streaming to you live on yorbamedia.com and broadcasting to you from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM stations here in Clear Channels territory, Dallas, Texas. All right. We've got Nick Santiago, President, CEO, InTheMoneyStocks.com with us. All right, Nick, how you doing?
Very good, Michael. Great to be back.
All right. I'm glad you're here, buddy. All right. Apple, you want to start off the day with that? What's going on?
I did want to start off with Apple because a couple of weeks ago on your program, we talked about Apple getting a bounce technically at around $530. And I believe when we talked about that on your show, the stock was trading around $570. I told your listeners, hey, don't get involved with this thing until it gets down to around $530. But I really have a hard time thinking it has a lot more upside from here. So, again, it got down to our level. It's bounced nicely. Now I don't think there's much you should do with it, but I just wanted to give your listeners a little heads up how important the technicals are to follow. And you could see how that stock has really rebounded nicely off the 529, 530 level, which really occurred on Monday.
I was just going to say, let's just tell everybody how close it got to your 530 level. So that was like, well, I'm looking at it, it looks like it went right to 530.
Well, it went exactly to 529.88. So it pierced the 530 level by a couple, 12 cents. And
enough for the stop to get triggered.
That's it, and has given us a good bounce. And, like I said, when I was on your show, the stock was at 570, and I was telling your listeners, don't buy that breakout. It's a false breakout. This will come down to around 530, and sure enough, worked out nicely. Okay,
so you think it's out of gas now?
Yes.
All right.
I think right now, until it can form some type of a sideways base or something like that, there's really no play here. 560 really was the upside objective.
Downside?
Not much. It should hold 530 for a little while, so I don't really see much downside here. I think it's just going to go choppy and sideways for a little bit.
Oh, so you're right the range, 560 high, 530 low.
Yeah, but for the most part, if it can form a bullish base, then the stock actually can go test 570, maybe 580 or higher. But right now the pattern's not in place, so until I have a pattern there, I really don't do anything because there really isn't a level here that's very desirable.
Okay, Lululemon.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Lululemon because this stock has just been annihilated lately. And I know traders are probably thinking they can bottom fish. I see a lot of my members emailing me about Lululemon. Where can I get in? Is this it, Nick? Is it done going down? The answer is no. It's not done going down. A level you can watch this stock where you could look to pick this stock up would be around 41.50. So this has more downside to go. I know the stock's been torn to shreds here. It's really made a high, I guess, in June or right around 82.50. Today it's trading at 48.78. So it's just been annihilated to the downside, but it has further downside to go. The institutions are not done dumping this thing. But around 41.50, that's where you get involved in this equity for the long side bounce.
Okay, got it torn to shreds and all that transparency.
And once, I like to call myself the Good Samaritan, Michael. When somebody wants something so bad, I want to give it to them. When somebody can't take the pain anymore, I want to take it off their hands. And I'm going to take Lululemon right around 41.50. Okay,
sounds good. And Best Buy got really clobbered.
Yeah,
oh my! It's not funny. It's painful here. What happened here?
Best Buy after reported earnings, I guess today, the stock is just getting absolutely taken to the woodshed here. So I think traders right now, if you're looking for a short-term technical bounce, let it come down to around $23.95, Pierce of $24. That's probably your level. You could risk probably about 2 points, and you could probably look to make 2 to 3 point bounce on the equity. But this is not a pretty picture, and it's kind of setting up the theme for 2014.
Okay, so this sounds like something that you could short for a little while. I mean, I'm getting the feeling that you're not wringing your hands looking for a buy point on this just yet.
Well, I think if it gets down to around $24, Pierce at 24, I'll step in there for a quick bounce play. But overall, this is really just telling us what's going on in the retail sector. We've seen stock after stock just get taken to the woodshed. And that's not a good sign for 2014.
Okay, all right, CVX.
Yeah, I want to bring up CVX today because it wasn't very long ago, the stock was trading up around 125, and around 124, and I told your listeners right on your show, this stock is going to go lower. I said, you got a high volume sell-off day. This is a broken pattern. Watch this stock go down towards 116. I'm still sticking with that theme. So, again, it is oversold here, so there could be some short-term bounces. But, again, as I said on your program, and it was just a week ago, watch this thing get down to 116. That's where you could step in for a bounce. Don't do it before then.
Okay. JWN.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Nordstrom today. This is a high-end retailer. The reason why I bring it up is not because my wife shops there all the time. It's simply for the fact that this also put in a high in November and has been making a series of lower highs. If you take a look, the stock topped out on November 14th. It made a lower high, slightly lower high on November 26th. And then on January 3rd, it made a lower high. So this tells me this stock wants to go down lower and test probably the 56.50 to 57 level. That's where traders can get involved in this equity. So leave it alone for now. It may chop around here for a little bit, but your buy point is going to be lower, right around the $56.50 to $57 level.
How do you like this stock going forward, though? I mean, I know you just said, where you're looking to pick it up, but I mean, overall, what's your thoughts?
Well, if you're taking a longer-term view of it, you have to say the stock has been one of the best performers out there. I mean, just think about it. It's continually climbed, and it remains in an uptrend. So what I like to do for myself is I like to look at equities like this that are in strong uptrends, and I like to find the buy points on pullbacks where I could jump in. A lot of people think I'm a bottom fisher. I'm really not. All I do is look at longer-term charts and see if they're in good uptrends. And this, if you take a look at a monthly chart of this, Michael, you'll see it's above its 50-day, it's above its 20-day moving, 20-month and 50-month moving average, which is a good uptrend. So I'll play these things for bounces constantly when they pull back into good support areas. Good.
That's what I wanted to do is get the bigger perspective here relative to where we're going to trade the short term. All right. JP, we're through that. JP Morgan real quick, and then tell me about what happened to you today in the trading room.
Yeah, well, J.P. Morgan today is coming in a little bit. This stock has been really all over the map ever since it put in a little bit of a short-term high around January 7th. At the moment, I'm still in the camp that I think JPM could pull back towards 55.5. I think that's where we're going to have pretty solid daily chart support. But you did have a high-volume reversal day to the upside on the 15th, which was yesterday, so we have to respect that a little bit. There's no play on it one way or the other, but as long as the financials hold up, the stock market still has an underlying bid, and I mean the S&P 500. So, as you know, I use J.P. Morgan as a barometer, as a gauge, and it's been very effective over the past several years.
Okay. All right. What happened in the trading room today?
Trading room was dynamite. We started out the day with the new skin, scalp long. Some traders made as much as 8 points on the trade. We traded it again this afternoon for a small gain. We had probably a half dozen so scalps, all winners today. So it was another successful day in the trading room. And anybody that's looking to be a day trader, I mean, you really can't you can't do any better than come over to the trading room every single day.
No, I think I saw it come across my email real quick. We got about 2 minutes in the segment. You guys were publishing your track record, right?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, we publish our track record now for everybody to view. It's open for everybody to see. All the alerts that we've given out are archived. So, I mean, it's been a tremendous year. I like people to go there and look for themselves and also join the service and or take a 7-day free trial. And, you know, basically you could see everything that we're doing. I mean, we had a tremendous 2013, and I think we're going to have an even better 2014.
Okay, now you've got trading rooms that run throughout the day, Monday through Friday, but then you've got a special event that you put every so often on Saturdays, right?
Yes, we have the trading room running every single day, but this Saturday I'm going to teach traders my method. So we have about a 6.5 to 7 hour boot camp on this coming Saturday. It's called the In the Money Stocks Methodology Revealed webinar, and I will be conducting that. So it's a long day. It starts at 10 a.m. East Coast time, and we'll probably finish up around 6 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. it's basically everything that I teach from cycles. I have a time strategy that I use each and every day. It doesn't matter what stock it is. It doesn't matter if it's an ETF, a currency pair. It really makes no difference. If we could chart it, we can trade it. And I'll show you all the methods and how we come up with these trades each and every day.
Okay, one more time, the web address?
Yeah, come on over to inthemoneystocks.com. And again, Michael, we offer a 7-day free trial to our research center, which will give you all of our nightly setups as well as all of my cycle work. And you can also take a 7-day free trial to our intraday stock chat, which you'll see all of our intraday setups as well as my morning gap plays as well.
All right, great. Thanks, Nick. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You too. Nick Santiago, President, CEO, InTheMoneyStocks.com. Coming up